U.S. Ambassador to Sri Lanka Elena B. Teplitz, writing a letter to the American Chamber of Commerce in Sri Lanka, has informed about their business development efforts in Sri Lanka.
We find it interesting that the US ambassador to Sri Lanka should highlight the MCC's 450 million US dollars as a grant that is given in the interest of Sri Lanka's prosperity. What is it about Sri Lanka that has suddenly made the US so interested in our prosperity? Perhaps it is the fact that the US Pacific strategy has openly identified Sri Lanka as a nation of vital importance to US interests in the region, in particular when it comes to cooperation on, quote, mutual logistics arrangements in support of Indian Ocean security, end quote. While Sri Lanka is nowhere near as powerful economically or militarily as the US, it would be pertinent to keep in mind that this nation and her people are not beggars waiting for handouts. While we welcome partnership in our march towards economic prosperity, it should be done on our national objectives and not according to the whims and fancies of any nation. Of course, one cannot blame the US for pursuing its interests with vigor. The Sri Lankan people can only look on helplessly as its leaders, in their greed to hold on to or grab on to power, allow other nations to pillage our land to an extent where a UN rapporteur has summoned the Chief Justice of our country. The Chief Justice of Sri Lanka is the third pillar of the state, where the President himself has to be sworn in before. The MCC cannot be accepted as a grant given to Sri Lanka in good faith until the scope and need for such a grant, in which the funds are to be spent on very focused areas, are taken into consideration along with the impending SOFA and the already signed AXA agreements. If the US ambassador presumes that a graphically designed info card is enough to explain a mysterious grant that focuses on two areas of development identified by a so-called scoping committee packed with yes men, then she has completely misunderstood the resentment felt by the people of this country at the very thought of being given some money for subservience. Sri Lanka cannot be purchased, not for $450 million or $450 billion. Although some of our politicians might be for sale, our people are certainly not.